What's good? What's good, homies? What's good? All right. Let's give the people a few minutes to slide up in the joint, man. We in here. Got a great show lined up for you, man. Great show. Just wanted to talk about this, man. And, I wasn't going to talk about it, but I was listening to an interview, man. And I heard the brother talking, man. And I was like, you know what, man? We got a lot of nerve trying to diss people about anything, knowing where we come from. Trip, what up? Prime, I see you, man. D Stu, what up? SJ3, what's happening, man? VCR, what up? St. Louis in the building. Fierce, what up, man? Rudy Dog, what up, man? If y'all can hear me loud and clear, put a one in the chat, man. My mic sound kind of funny. Yeah, my voice sound funny, man. I'm dealing with some sinus issues, man. I kind of dressed wrong for the weather Monday, man, and I'm paying for it. So if y'all can hear me loud and clear, put a one in the chat, man. Try to make it through that thing without blowing my nose on y'all, man, but y'all might have to get some of that. All right, No Mercy Kid, what up? Country Cub, Kenfo, what up with you, man? All right, we good, we good. Othello, what up, man? Snake J, I see you. SJ, my brother working the wrench, don't make him turn into the Grinch. B Maze, what's up with you, man? Meticulous. Yeah, man, the early show was just me, letting y'all know, man, that I plan to touch on this prison reform topic. As I think about it, man, I don't really know. I don't really know if y'all even want to hear that. Tayon Jackson, what up, man? Let's get the people, man, about 30 more seconds. Then we gonna get on in here, man. Cause I just see, man, there's a lot of hate going on, man. And I'm gonna be honest with you. If I'm gonna be honest about where I come from and some of the things I've been engaged in, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't have no room to point the finger at nobody, especially when they're doing major things. Especially when a lot of the cats I know who are doing major things started off getting money poisoning their people. You understand what I'm saying? Now, if a man live his life a certain way, that don't affect nobody but him. But if you poisoning your people, man, you're affecting the whole community. So who am I? Hell, I poison my people myself. So who am I to point the finger, man? We got to stop this hating. But hating is going on, man. I'm going to tell y'all, man, what this boy has done, man, is something that has never been done and it won't be done again in our lifetime. This brother has created a studio complex where black directors and actors and actresses don't have to go to Hollywood to make their movies. Like, whatever scene you want, you can make a movie at this studio. $250 million facility, man. And it's crazy, man. It's crazy. So let's get into this thing, man. Tyler Perry's state of the art studio is one of a kind. But haters still gonna hate, man. Haters still gonna hate. Y'all bear with me here, man. I'm about to make some noise with the mic. Man, I don't know what's going on with that mic. Y'all gotta bear with me on this noise, man. Alright. Man, this studio is amazing, man. And he's done something. You remember how Spike Lee couldn't get the budget for his movies? Because he kept having to go to Hollywood. Remember how John Singleton and all these cats had to go to Hollywood? Ice Cube made a major move and started producing his own movies. But he didn't have this. This is a $250 million studio, brother. I'm talking about, man, let's talk about the specs of this thing. We're talking about this thing got 12 sound studios, I mean, 12 specific sound studios for specific sound. Let's say if you want a police scene, police sirens, or let's say you want a basketball gymnasium, and let's say you want a prison yard. All of these sound studios are specific for a particular type of sound. He's got 18 sets on this thing, man. He's got a bank, a baseball field, chapel, county jail, a modern courtroom, an old school courtroom, a coffee shop, a classic diner, a farmhouse, a historic district, a lakeside cabin, a motel, an Oval Office, which is where the president speaks from, a post theater, a prison yard, a rustic cabin, a regular theater, and the White House, like the front of the White House. These are all. So if you want to make a movie about the president, bam, you got it. Some type of invasion and the president get involved, bam, you got it. You want to make a movie about somebody going to prison, bam, you got it. You want to make a movie about some aliens coming in, man, want to talk to the president, man, and try to. You can make Independence Day at this studio. You can make Major League at this studio. There's really not much you can't do at this studio, man. And I think it's a major thing, man. And people hating on him, man. People saying, he got to stop writing all his own material. Hell, if he can afford a $250 million studio, man, that boy better keep writing his own material. People just find things to hate about, man. That's the main thing I want to talk about today, man. That's why negative people have to be eliminated from around you. Man, let me tell you something. Anybody I deal with got one time to say anything negative about what I'm doing or what I got going on, and I'm done dealing with them. It doesn't matter who they are. I'm done dealing with them. And this was an old military base, man. It was old Fort McPherson military base. And shit, there's still parts of it he hadn't bought yet. But man, you gotta just go online, go to TylerPerryStudios.com, man, and just look at this thing, bro. It is crazy, man. It's a major thing taking place, man. And when I hear people talking negatively about this, well, he dressed up in drag. Come on, man. Man, listen, bro. When we talk about the area we from, man, the environment some of us from, man, come on, man. We've seen lives taken. Some of us may have taken lives. Some of us may have done all type of unscrupulous things, man. So this man wearing a dress as Madea, that's his thing, man. To be perfectly honest with you, we all have our crosses to bear, man. We all have our things that we trying to overcome. And I just feel like, man, for this right here, this ain't about no personal thing right here. This is business. Keep your personal stuff out of business. You understand what I'm saying? This is real live business, man. So when we talk about these things, man, you think about what this does to Hollywood. What does this do to Hollywood? This brother has single-handedly, and I know he has a group with him, but he has single-handedly, on his name and face, changed the way Hollywood must do business with black actors and actresses, black producers, black directors. He has changed the dynamic. No longer do you have to beg Hollywood to use their studios. No longer do they govern what you can do at a studio. What, man, let me tell you something, bro. This opens all types of windows. And this leads me to another thing, man. People are gonna hate when you do major things. Now, there are three kind of people that hate when you do major things. There are people that ain't never did nothing in their lives, and so they just hate on everybody who does something. There are people who did everything they could and still never made it to the level they wanted to, so they hate on everybody who did. And there are people who really believe they should be where you are. So they hate on you because in their minds, they believe they took your place. Or you took their place. You're in their position. This is their position. I give you a perfect example, man. When you think about this, man. And another thing, man, people say, well, he's in bed with Oprah Winfrey. Man, Oprah Winfrey, a billionaire. If I was in the entertainment industry like that, don't you think, man, I'd be trying to kick it with Oprah too? That woman has reached to get you where you need to be. See, yeah, man, brothers got to get out of their damn feelings, man. I'm telling you, man, I'm tired of living with dudes and hearing dudes in their feelings. Always complaining about something, man, because they feel a certain way about it. Man, don't nobody care how you feel. Your old lady don't even care how you feel, dog. It's kind of like these cats, man. You know, there's a big hoopla where cats talk about you monetizing. The only cats who complain about you monetizing your YouTube channel is niggas who can't monetize theirs. Niggas who have channels that are too small to monetize. You understand? Other cats, there are cats with channels big enough to monetize who just don't monetize. You don't never hear those cats complaining about nobody monetizing. I heard, man, listen, I heard a cat, man, complaining about people offering consultations. That fool said, man, I'll give you free consultations. You ain't got to pay me. That's because you don't know nothing. And I went, man, don't nobody need nothing you got, bruh. Sister George, I appreciate the $5 super chat. She says, does Tyler Perry write and produce and disparage the image of the black man collectively? Nah, it can't. It can't, because none of us can say we've ever seen anything on a Tyler Perry movie that's not real. If you watched them, you can't tell me you've seen anything that's not real. You can't tell me you can't identify with any of those situations. So what we got to do as black men is stop acting like one man speaks for us all. Stop acting like his image is our image. We're all strong enough and valuable enough to have our own image of what black men are. We have to collectively define black men, and we can't have people at the forefront defining us as black men. So that's a good question, though. But no, I don't believe so. I don't believe that, you know, his writing, producing disparage the image of the black man, because to be perfectly honest with you, there are too many other images of black men. You know what I'm saying? There are too many other images of black men. You know, let's look at this this guy who donated this money, man, to the HBCU, man, and they were giving him a hard time about it. Hey, man, that's a black man right there. You know what I'm saying? That's a black man right there who does this. There are not many negative images of black men in real life. See, what we got to keep in mind is this. A movie is a movie. I'm looking at how he's giving these actors and actresses an opportunity to make a living off of their craft. My personal feelings are not a part of that. You know, we have to understand that we don't have to go along with anybody's outlook on us. We don't have to go along with anybody's definition of us. And we learn that from white folks. We learn that from their definition, from them trying to perpetuate an image of us. We learned a long time ago that we don't have to go along to get along with anybody's image, and at the very moment we disagree with whatever their brother's doing, we just don't support it. See, we got to keep in mind, everybody has their own perspective. So even a man that says you shouldn't be monetizing your channel, you're just trying to make money. Hell yeah. Everybody else on YouTube making money. That's cats making millions on this joint, bruh. And you mean to tell me, because niggas want to hold you back even when they don't even think about it. If a man is trying to guilt trip you for monetizing something that you work on, I'm talking about work on, brother. It's, you know, it's crazy. When you want to talk about a topic like this is a topic, man, you have to look into. You have to know what this studio is built of. You have to know where it is. You have to know what it costs. You have to know, you know, what are the possibilities. You can't just turn on and just start talking. And of course, it's work. And anybody who works deserves to get paid for it if they can. Anybody who works deserves to get paid for it if they can. I don't care what you're doing. I don't care if you're changing baby diapers all day. If you're changing baby diapers all day, somebody should pay you for changing baby diapers all day. It's just hate, man. It's just hate. When somebody sees you can do something that they can't, even though they haven't put in the work, even though they haven't put in the focus, even though they haven't put in the drive, determination, even though they haven't stayed steady on the course that it takes to get to a particular point. Now watch, there's going to be a bunch of producers, a bunch of movie producers, a bunch of directors who won't even go over here and work at Tyler Perry Studio. I can guarantee it. I guarantee it. I tell you one guy who's going to be over there. Will Smith's going to be over there. One of the sets is named after Will Smith. I think one of the sound studios is named after Will Smith. So there's people who are going to be there. But there are people who aren't. And I'm not talking about white directors. I'm talking about there are black directors who aren't going to set foot on that brother compound. You know why? Because they don't want to go work on his studio where he started after them. There's a bunch of cats who was already here before Tyler Perry started, man. And you know what? You know what they're going to do? They're going to try to hate on him and do a beta male Sim Mangina version of blackballing. See, you can't blackball a man who has it going on, who has control. You know, we talk all the time about bossing up, controlling your territory. Here is a man who's a movie director, a movie producer with his own brand, his own style. And you know what he does? He bosses up. He says, this is my studio. I can wake up at midnight and decide I want to make a movie, call my actors and actresses in and get to it. I can just think of a movie and start recording whenever I want to. That's power. That's how you eliminate anybody else's control in your life. That's the difference between working for yourself and working a job. And I'm going to tell you, my thing with working a job, man, I have no problem with it if that's what you do. But if you work a job doing something that you don't even know how to do, you hate, you don't have no passion for it, it'll never turn into nothing but a job. If you're going to have a job, at least let it be something that, coincides, or at least it's related to what you have a passion for. If you have a passion for doing auto body work and flipping old school cars and turning them into, what we love to see, man, what are you doing working at the bank as a teller? That ain't gonna get you nothing, bruh. This cat is making a major move, man. And I just want y'all to watch and see how his peers react to this. I don't think he's gonna get a positive reaction from Ice Cube. I mean, yeah, Neil, we can say it's people over him still, but yeah, the government. But who's over him? The cat has his own studio. He's got his own money, and he's got Oprah Winfrey backing him. So we talk about he's got quite a budget. See, like that. When we say things like that, man, I'm quite sure somebody's still over him. Hey, bro, that's a defeatist mentality, man. Even if you feel that, to speak that type of negative energy into this conversation, man, which, especially if you don't know that for a fact. So when you say, I'm sure, you're actually not sure, bro. You don't know that at all. So to speak it as if it's a fact is just negative energy that doesn't need to be spoken into a situation like this. The bottom line is this, man. If there are people over him, there are more people under him than over him. And he bought this land. He built this studio, and it's called Tyler Perry Studios. And it's in Atlanta, where he resides. So I say this, man. That's how you take your earnings and invest back into your business. That's how you invest back into your business. You understand? Shit, man, I'm on the way, man. Probably a couple more weeks, man. I'm still searching, trying to make sure I get the right one, man. I'm on my way now, man, to buy a new desktop. And we talking at least, we talking somewhere between $1,100 and $1,500. Now, that ain't nowhere near $250 million, but that's an investment that I'm making back into my process to speed up my process, make it more efficient. That's all he did, made his process more efficient by having his own. So I'm going to do that. So, there's a couple of other things. I'm actually in the process myself of putting a little YouTube studio together, man. It ain't going to be no $250 million set with all them sets and all that on it, but it's going to be a space where I have different areas to record. You know what I'm saying? I have an area where I do, where I work out and record. I have my kitchen area where I show you how I eat. I have my regular area where I just record my videos. And then I do some vlogging in an area, man, where I just, I got a great vlogging camera. This is what it's all about, man. It's about grinding and reinvesting. It's not about grinding and buying some shit. I just did a consultation with a cat the other day, man. He been waiting on some money to fall through, man. Finally got it, man. Man, he went to stop buying jewelry and all type of shit, man. I said, look, bro, stop, man. What you doing, bro? You just blowing money. If you ain't got no plan when you get some money, that means you weren't never planning on getting no money. You understand? If you ain't got no plan when you get some money, that means you didn't plan on getting no money. You wasn't expecting to get no paper like that. And that's the main thing, man. And the main thing is this, man. The real deal is this. And I mean, yeah, we could look at the fact that Tyler Perry put on the dress, but we also look at the fact that Tyler Perry was directing his own plays from the beginning. So from the beginning, he was his own boss. You know what I'm saying? From the beginning, He was his own boss, doing his own things, making plays, turned those plays into feature films, made those millions off that, kept reinvesting back, kept making better movies, kept making better quality. Bam, now he's got a studio. But man, who knows, man, if he, bro, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't care about no nigga wearing no dress. Long as I don't wear now. You know what I'm saying? See, we got to get out of this personal, bro. I don't care what that man do in his private time. I don't care what he do in his movies. I don't care. I just know that this is a power move. You understand? And I mean, you look at it like this. Countries go to war and kill entire countries and kill entire nations for power. We live in a country right now that has gone across the world and destroyed economies and destroyed societies so we can live the way we live. Now we're going to sit here and enjoy these benefits. See what I'm saying? We're going to sit here and enjoy these benefits that were, built on the murders of thousands of people, if not millions. But then we'll turn around and point the finger at a man who wears a dress. I don't care if he wears a dress. I know he struggled and grinding his way up from being homeless. You know what I'm saying? Steve Harvey, another cat. I give Steve Harvey a hard time, man. But Steve Harvey spent years homeless. That boy didn't buy his own car in his name until he was 38 years old. So we could talk about how a man is with women. And I give Steve Harvey a hard time, man, because he marrying that D-boy thought. You know what I'm saying? But still, the things that these brothers accomplish, man, are major things, because there are those of us who grind our ass off our whole lives, man, that don't get a fraction of the success that these guys have gotten. You know, and the thing is, man, I see King's son said Tyler's a great capitalist, but the trade-off is deteriorated cultural capital. Robert Smith benefits black cultural capital because he's respected outside of sports and entertainment. You know, bro, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't understand why we as black men have such a damn hard time with sports and entertainment. Everybody else in this society capitalizes off what they're better than everybody at. Asian people capitalize on technology because they're a beast at technology. There is no other continent in the world that even competes, that's even in the same classroom, not even in the same school with Asians, specifically China and maybe Japan. But technology is their thing. We'll never catch up with them in technology. So they contribute to the world and glean what they can from the world based on their strengths. Now here we are. We know we're physically superior. We know artistically we're superior for the most part. And all we do is complain about how we capitalize on those gifts that we have that are better than everyone else's. That's what the hell we're supposed to do. We're supposed to dominate sports and entertainment. Now, the bottom line is there should be more guys making moves like Michael Jordan and Tyler Perry. Michael Jordan owns a team. Majority owner. We talking about real live majority owner where what he says goes. Everybody else just got to roll with it. But where are the other ones? Where are the other ones? LeBron has a $1 billion lifetime contract with Nike. Why aren't he and Kobe and Shaq and another couple of guys buying teams? Why are just the old school guys doing that? Why is Magic Johnson part owner of the Los Angeles Dodgers and the LA Sparks, the NBA, the WNBA team? See, the problem is, it's not that, the cultural detriment of these things. It's the fact that we don't control them. That's the only problem. The fact that we don't control them. And we don't control them because we don't want to control them. But yeah, bro, who's broke after 5 years? Shit. Most of us broke 9. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like this. If we're not even in a position to make that kind of money, then we don't have the right to speak on those guys who do. Because we don't know what we do if we got that kind of money. None of us do. We can say what we want to say, but none of us knows what we'll do if we could write $1 million check that wouldn't bounce. Think about that. What would you do if you could write $1 million check that wouldn't bounce. You'd probably be writing a whole bunch of $50,000 checks. You know what I'm saying? If you get that kind of money, the first thing you're going to do is buy a nice crib in a nice area. You're rich. You can't stay where you are. You're a fool if you do. You're going to buy you some nice whips. You know why you're going to buy you some nice whips? Because when you live in that area right there, you want a nice whip in that area. It might not even be that super expensive, but it's probably going to be new. You don't want no oil leaking in your damn driveway when you're living like that. You got parents. You understand? Especially if your parents were good to you and worked all their lives to give you the best opportunity. You're going to get some paper. And you're going to flip some paper. And you're going to put your people on. So being broke once you leave, that has nothing to do with those guys. That's again on us as a people. We don't prepare ourselves to be successful after success. Because those of us who don't have that success hate on those who do. So there's men out here who aren't athletes, who don't have those millions upon millions of dollars, but they're smart enough that they're hell with money management. They're beasts with money management. But those guys are looking down their noses at the athletes and entertainers. Like, yeah, those guys are spoiled. They're blah, blah, blah. Man, let me tell you something. If you take a man from the inner city who ain't did nothing but hustle and sell dope his whole life, man, and give him an opportunity to make millions, hell yeah, he gonna go wild. He gonna go wild, bruh. Now, there's different levels of going wild, but you give a man who ain't never had nothing an opportunity, man, to make $5-6 million, man, he gonna wild out a little bit. Yeah, he gonna buy some jewelry, but there ain't nothing wrong with jewelry. If you go back and look at biblical time, when you look at what the Most High was telling the Israelites about how they're supposed to dress, especially the priest, how the priests are supposed to dress, man, they're supposed to have garments. They obviously had gold on because they took their gold earrings off and made a damn calf with it. How many gold earrings did you have to make a damn calf out of melted gold earrings? You see what I'm saying? We've always been about jewelry. See, we allow this society to make us look negatively at ourselves. So we look at a man who has jewelry and look at him as a fool. But what he is a man who's financially able to experience his natural inclination to look fly and look blessed. That's all it is. That's our natural inclination, to look blessed. You see what I'm saying? And the thing is, man, of course, pay off debt, that goes without saying. Well, of course you're going to do that. But you got to look at the majority of those guys coming from that environment don't have debt because they ain't never had nothing. They ain't got no debt. That's why they go to a lot and buy a car or buy a crib because they have no debt. But they got paper. And you have paper, you don't need no credit, bruh. I promise you. When you got paper, you don't need no credit. You don't. Credit is for people who ain't got no money, who got to get on the hook for a 30-year mortgage, who got to get on the hook for 72 months to pay off a car. For people who got to pay their insurance premium month to month because they can't afford to pay the 6-month premium or the 1-year premium up front and get that huge discount that comes when you pay it up front. See, what we're talking about is we're trying to use our minds who haven't attained that level of success to speak on men who have attained that level of success. And it's just not possible. D. Flemings, what's up, man? GC, I see you, bro. GC say he moved to a all-white neighborhood. Hey, listen, bro, I'm going to tell you, man, when you get your money right, you just got to go to where people who got money. And that's the reality of it, man. So, the thing is this, bro. When we look at it, man, and we try to, we should have nothing negative to say about this guy. We literally should have nothing negative to say about him. Because all he's done is make a power move. That's all he's done. A real power move. And me, as a man who promotes and perpetuates that men should put themselves in power in their lives, I salute that, brother. Because if it was me, I would like to be in a position to do the same damn thing. And that's the reality of it. So, man, I just want to come here and touch on that. I ain't want to make this thing too long, man. just come in here and give up some game on this, man. I think, man, that we should all applaud this brother and stop trying to find ways to pick holes in his accomplishment because he wore a dress. So what? So what? There are plenty of men on this platform who would say something about that man wearing a dress who were molested when they were children. Plenty of men who were molested when they were younger. And they'll be the main ones pointing a finger at this man because that's how he copes with himself being molested when he was younger. You know what I'm saying? When we look into people's story, man, we have to understand why they do the things they do. You understand? That man's been struggling with his sexuality his whole life, man, because a grown man turned him out when he was a teenager, a young teenager. Grown-ass man turned him out. I'm talking about turned him out. Full-fledged relationship. And the boy been struggling. He been struggling the whole time. Because when he was at an impressionable state, an adult male who didn't have on a dress took advantage of him. So we're going to point the finger at this man who's figuring out a way to cope with these energies that are in him and figure out a way to not live that life. You know what I'm saying? Not go and live that life that's contrary to what the Most High wants and take the lesser of evil and do what he has to do to deal with that. But we don't say nothing about the man who probably didn't have on a dress that turned him out. We, as black men, have to stop responding emotionally to everything. We have to know the facts, and we have to stick to the facts. And the fact of the matter is this. There's a black man who came out of nowhere producing plays on Broadway, his own plays, who came out of nowhere and now has made a power move in Hollywood that even white directors haven't made. Even white directors haven't made this move. This is a powerful move. And it's done by a black man. Say what you want to say about it. But what I see is a brother who made a power move to position his people in a better way in an industry that has always given the other side the advantage. So, salute to Tyler Perry for the newly opened Tyler Perry Studios. I don't even watch his movies, but I'm going to be honest with you. I might support the nigga now because this is a power move and I respect it. GC, D. Flemings. Appreciate y'all being in the joint, man. SJ3, man, I appreciate you. Sister George, I appreciate the super chat. Let's get on out of here, man. I'm going to holler at y'all a little bit later, man. I got a couple pieces coming up for y'all later on, man. And y'all put God first and keep grinding and growing, my brothers. Peace.